Now we saw a minute ago in the previous video that 3 times a minus 5 is going to be a minus 15, which means we're right here on our number line. So if you're going to go 2 times negative 5, you're going to get what? We're going to go over to negative 10, aren't we? Okay? Now watch what happens now. We're going from negative 15 to negative 10. Well, 1 times negative 5 is minus 5. We're going to jump 5 more to the right. Okay? And 0 times negative 5 is 0. So we're going to jump 5 more to the right. Now where are we going to go next? If you say 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1 times minus 5, okay, we're going to jump 5 more to the right, aren't we? We're going to be over here. Where are we going to be at? A plus 5. Now look at that. A negative times a negative is a positive. How about that? Well, and you know we're over here at 5. Where are we going to go next? So if you have negative 2 times negative 5, you're going to jump over to the 10, to the positive 10. So, and then we're going to jump over here to the 10. We're going to jump to the 15 next, aren't we? So negative 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. We jump over here. Now that's telling me that if we have one negative, we're going to get a negative answer. And if we have two negatives, really two negatives like negative 1, negative 5, we're going to get a plus answer. So two negatives give you plus answers, okay? One negative is minus, two negatives is plus. All right, now how many negatives we have here? 2, that's going to make a what? A positive or a negative? A positive 6, isn't it? Here we have two negatives, which makes a positive 63. Here we have two negatives, which make a positive 6. Here I have one negative, but anything times 0 is going to be 0. And 0 times minus 4 is 0. Okay? Now we have one negative here. So what's the answer going to be? With one negative, you're going to have what? 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 4. So you're going to have a negative 64. Here we have how many negatives? 3. Well, I haven't really told you about 3 yet. But if you have two of them, that's going to be a plus. And then the third one's going to make it back as a minus. So you have 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 2 is 80. And remember, if you had two negatives, you get a plus. So 3 of them is going to have to be different. Okay? How many negatives do I have here? 1, 2, 3. So we're going to get a negative answer. 5 times 2 is 10 times 2 is 20. Negative 20.